Hey mateys, I'm back again. Like my sunglasses? It's pretty bright, the yellow stuff. Sunshine in the fall. Woohoo! Yeah! Today is in the morning, mateys. So, Harry going on for walking, guys. Going for walking through the trails on the exercise. Burn the fat, boom! Fruit salad, yummy. I love fruit salads, so it's pretty good, healthy. It's so I was when I was a kid, when I was younger than that, just a little, and I was talking about the dream continue to show about the bad feeling about this with the dreams. So I was just finished it because I ran for through the night on the restrooms roof. So I've been chased by the witch. Just something just almost attacked me for no reasons. When I just called for the police, and there was a witch down there. I just got stomping down where her head is, and her hands are just like about the claws, just like the leopard and the bear claw, but tiger and lion. Because many of the crying, growling, and snarling, and gets worse. It gets mad. She gets disturbed while I'm running fast as I can. When I climb over on top of the roof, and then the reason I was called the police, and there's a police that just top it over. There's a witch in there's a witch inside the men's restroom, and an officer tells me to get off the roof. He says get down in there. So he tried to attack me, and that witch almost attacked the police officers. Then also tried to shoot it with the gunshot is. That came over there on the right side of the Wobble Parks and the baseball fields. So might take a look at it. The horror movie like Storm Fake. That it looks like about the fake. It's kind of about thinking about the forest thing. There's nothing like it, the witch. My thing is, I was at an Insanity Good special, the good advices today. I was ran away from my house things, so I came home. So I walked upstairs just as slowly. I have remembered that just my brother and sister, my mother and my mom and dad was gone today, was abandoned. There's a witch downstairs in the den, which also was crying. Also, she was crying. She was get snarls and growls, and she chasing and charging. I ran away through into the woods, and the restroom's roof. I climb on top of there, and I wish it's not bear over there. I could be persecuted really dangerous on a horror night. So I'm not very sure. So the reason to kind of have for my execute, and that story, the witch, if I could ran away for like American horror terrible monsters. There's some of the wish list like about the gaming channel, so like Voice, the Left 4 Dead first to second or third coming out for this year of the movie. Like so awkward today. Then oh, that was just so freaking out. While I was in there, I was in a dream. So So the last night I was chased by the witch. I was in the dream, and I ran straight over there, chasing by the witch. So he did not know what he's talking about. So he says, my son chased by the witch. So my dad told my mom, and my brother and sisters was chasing me for no reasons. The witch almost attacked me with the claws, with the nail is, just like the vampire bite. It's seemingly like the darkness, and she seemingly like the light on or something. She didn't like it. Like, also, she was formerly was disturbed, and she almost gets growled. I tried to back up. It just says, "Oh, wait." That the witch just stopped. That witch just stopped for me, and I was just trying to back it up and get out of my house, and tries to close my door, just slow as many as I can, so I leave the witch into my house, and it was just so terrible thing happened. So I came close the door. I jumping from my stairs. Oh, I almost fell down, and I tried to run away. That witch just came outside, just break into my fence doors and my deck in my backyard. She jumping down from the deck. The reason I ran in from my house to escape. So I ran through the in through the woods. I could ran around to the neighborhood. Ran straight to inside the Ferrucci Junior High. Says nobody's here. They say hello, nobody's there. So I have a reason about telephone stuff for no reasons, and the reason the witch is just gonna figure out the same poor lady was transformed. It was so hideous, so much hideous to be witch was also attacked and horrifying. It was just horrifying for no reasons. Well, I'm gonna have to devise. So witch attacks for no more for the reasons. Well, I am for the doesn't matter what's the same. Doesn't matter what's the same. It doesn't matter where you go. It's about who you are. It's about who I am. The witch is just dead. It was killed by all the officers and units, SWAT teams. It came to help me out. If they rescue me from the witch attacks. She was a villain. I was a hero. The witch is this villain, and one of the dead guy was all of the people on the crime scenes. The crucial ceremony, I was the bad dream. There was a dead people inside the school's building inside. Outside for the Ferrucci Junior High School's track and field. Outside the building for soccer field. And the portables inside. They mostly have also the blood trails over there on the streets and the carpets. But the reason is one of my people just and saying I wasn't never seen the witch before. I was slept in, but what kind of a damn happened there? It's just so not true. even though the witches tells the witches is about the Halloween. So what I think about assaulting for no reasons. So sometimes I was walking for my in the night where my headlight is. So my point is, so the different horror the monster is there. So I was beside in the wall of my room. So so there is about the ghost monsters, and this tank, the bigger tank, like human, like the Hulk. Maybe someone's like quicks all over my house and my properties. That tank just chasing me, and he lifts the cars, throws on it, and an explosion. He almost killed me twice. I was at the dream of doing my a horror film. My point is, I was declaration the tank from Left 4 Dead. That tank came over, including Chargers and the Hunter, one of the 5, and they're leaping, jumping, scratching, killing stuff, and not eating. They only scratch and claws like a Jaws powerful thing, like leap it over beside of it, climb over the trees, and strange woods. We won't think about it as some wise about really most so. That's the one of my thinking. Alright. I was gonna have to get some rest to figure it out. Well guys, I was gonna have to sit over there, stand right there, so they can't see me over there. One of the strange guy in this forest, in this building. No. This building, yeah. See that and there are no lights in there. They can't help it and must be dead. And there's Charger. And there's Charger over there, beside the wood. And this one is Charger 2. There's none. There's only one. There's another one straight over there on the 7. And that one should be all around everywhere, like Miracle Ranch on the 6th grade camp. So almost about 10 years later. So I sure have the memories of Mr. John and Trent. That could be my homing time to say head count, say 7 from 8, and Logan, Kyle, and Stevie, Michael, and Eric. Concerningly, a barrier that happening there. And that reason is, so Mr. Trent was also be sick today, so he was drowning. He was drowning for his sick. The reason he laying down outside the trunk there for this truck. And there is the reason that could be have about feel comfortable for the Memorial Day for Mr. Trent to resign nature to the get well as soon as they can. For 3 days ago, I was spend a night for Miracle Ranch here for my my memories from my friends here. I was in 13. I was at an elementary for the Ridgecrest Elementary Raiders. I left the head accounts there. I should understood I was saying for formerly Ivy Island Lake. I was assignment to see every most monumentals. So heading count over there is really most offered to see anytime. Mostly we could ever I had to do something about eating for breakfast or lunch and the log wagon in. And I was eating lots of those foods and breakfast and lunch, snack and dinners, and dancing them around every night, every 3 days a night. So so Mr. John also would stay with them alone, most of the charges from Mr. Trent, and that was I also have a the co-film was on the Miracle Ranch on Tacoma, Washington. Was closer than by the bridge on the river. It's on the closer than in Tacoma Dome was an idea of on its port in cities. As I familiar think about Mr. Trent's join us. Mr. Trent's was also we joined together. Mostly have activity here, and certainly Mr. McDonald, Mr. Howard, and Mr. Madison is really also we have and saying good for the resistance, and for a reason that it is. So I could have some my friends there on the snow during the spring break on 2008. So that was just like about 9 years last. So March 2008. So 6th grade campus done. For interesting for Mrs. Roy, and she was 31 in 2008, and she believed 40 right now. For now is 2017. So they have 2 children, and she was memory for Pirates of the Caribbean at Wilson's card. Mrs. Carson's and for memories for Memorial Day for rest and very against rest for the peace for Miss Kimberly Green. So Mrs. King, Name Melody, and Miss Birkinshaw, and Miss Isabella, and also sometimes also they have shake hands. Also say goodbye for have fun to Ferrucci. So so sometimes I was good resistant. I was a good awarded about 2008, and my good friends here, and we spent a whole lot of time for the 6 years for junior highs and high schools, and including elementary. For interesting. I just have to join the time, guys. So I wasn't sure and spent a lot of the whole time. So just saying I could also we could help you guys up. But I noticed this Miss Tomaszek and Miss Denson, Miss Layton, Miss Mallion, Mr. Hibbs, Mr. Wardle, Fox Mullen, Jenna, and Mr. Dittis, and Miss Scheinbaum. She moved to a different school today, so for high schools, and she went to for the loss of many of them. So sometimes Miss Masson and Mr. Noel has ASL for ABC vocabularies. Also, we do working with the sophomores and juniors and seniors, and concluded superior strength, include superior business here, and I sure it really does matter. Is conclusive for a matter of what happened there. I was just like in the high schools for last 4 years. So I think Claire knows my name, and yeah, she went into my advisory from the Miss Parks, and the reason to have a say hi Simon, and I said to her, how do you know my name? Claire says that my name. She noticed me for good friend, and I think Brendan, Ryan, and Diego, and Tyus moved to Puyallup High Schools for the last 4 years. Then Megan still has Jack Crew from the last 4 years. So Jordan is Kelsey. Maddie still's on a senior year Jaguar on WSU for track and field with Sharia, and so knows about University of Texas. Go Longhorns. She says go Longhorns. She will look like this as I would believe on the good interesting as they were working with the classrooms with also they have given to the hardworking giving themselves credits and all A's, B and C's, and no and D means failed, and A and B should be grateful, are listening to, respectful for each other. So students and staffs are listening to for the assembly, the activities and athletics to point out athletics doing it at a 9 hour minimum. I surely it does matter watching over the king and queen of Hill. There's a football and volleyball and soccer, cross country, and basketball, track and field, wrestling, and Lakamasa means whack over the balls. I have an idea. That this story for Mackenzie. I was in a ASL class for Miss Madison. So she was cute, and she was 19 years old. She went back to 16. I was 19. I was notified Mackenzie was in there the WASU with his best friends, was every emotional on sorority of the sisterhood. Maybe could have brotherhood did, like frat people's neighbors, parenthood, their brotherhood, sisterhood, boom. That was a really funny day and whatever. I was concluded some subscribe some of those one thing I have the Neighbors 2 sorority rising on Neighbors 3 coming out on 2018. I think I'm recognizing what have I done. I could have wanted to just like I said if it matures Mackenzie was on working with the classrooms on interesting for working with Southfield Mall with Buckle. I see her. She missed me for a long time, and her dad was wearing the hunting hat. He was still practicing while he's hunting with elks, deers, moose, wolves, bears, and coyotes, and ducks, geese, and birds. However, while he's doing the trophy hunters, Jerry has his daughter, and Mackenzie was get the bee out of there. Stupid bee. So Jerry has his daughter Mackenzie was watching his shooting practice. Shooting was good with a shotgun. Which is the idea. He was shooting challenges, rifle, shotgun, pistols, bows, knives, and like throwing stuff, cutting with the elk's meat, with the animal's meat. He was certainly just take out the skin to take it over for the elk's meat. There was a lot of blood on the antler's body. That was a big male to differ for once very most carefully while he's doing it, the elk hunting each other. Like otherwise. But sometimes I surely look at hunting expeditions while he's hunting about with Mackenzie is. Her mom, her brother was her best friends. My best friend is Ivy. No. What the hell? Is that a deer? Oh, that's well, that was the second blacktail. I haven't seen the two does before. She walked out to the trails. I saw them about for the last 4 minutes. No parking, did not block gate, and I'm gonna find to figuring that out. There's the street road. I have no idea the deer is what. I had no idea I saw the deer, and I just and I want to view just as the shores, and I kind of about the really dangerous for you guys, you know, special is. So I've been noticing this about also the walk. Also they have straight over there on the grass. That's the doe was hiding everywhere. So we could have a in danger beside the deers anywhere. There could be one of the specializations to do something, you know. It could be subscribes and no contents. So because everywhere. So one of the things is the standard over there, and there's a lot of second blacktail doe was walking towards it, crossing the street, was on the beside of the bushes and many plants and eating those grass and plants and fruits and apple things. Could be eat a lot of stuff that are healthy. I kind of feel like I was just standing, I'm not moving. So I was not moving while the deer was walking crossing the street, and that two does just walk into the forest, and if it could be the one to some substitute. And sometimes I also redo something the most very adorable, very cute. And there's a the fawn. There's a the fawn like the Bambi. And the first and second film was the movie was good film was the Disney movies. And that could be. Oh, there's a deer. Oh, there's two. There he is. Holy shoot. I see the two does, mateys. There, that two does looking at into my camera. Okay. Try not to move. Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe to more content. You can follow on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Google, Find Cameras, Twitch, Patreon, streaming, live stream, gaming channels, Juggy Stars, Cock Story, Tom Atlanta, Hangouts there, and links in the description, the comments, and contest today. Okay guys. Alright though, I have to go. Feel free to death. Don't forget, keep it rich, mateys.